The alien queen ordered his execution. Then his dog walked into the throne room. The execution chamber of the Imperial throne citadel had witnessed the end of kings, conquerors, and entire civilizations. Every polished black stone beneath its towering ceiling had been washed with the blood of those who dared oppose the galactic empire. Thousands of alien nobles filled the circular galleries above, their jeweled robes glittering beneath floating crystal lights. Soldiers stood in perfect formation, with weapons aimed toward the center platform. On that platform knelt one human. His hands were locked behind his back with graviton restraints that could hold a collapsing starship engine in place. His clothes were torn, his face bruised, and dried blood marked the corner of his mouth. Yet his blue eyes remained calm. His name was Captain Elias Carter. He was the first human ever captured alive by the Empire. Every species present expected him to beg. Instead, he looked around the chamber as though he were studying architecture. The silence irritated the ruler seated upon the massive obsidian throne. Queen Seraphine. She was feared across 1,000 systems. Entire civilizations surrendered simply upon hearing that her flagship had entered orbit. Tall, elegant, and impossibly beautiful, she wore armor forged from living silver that shimmered like moonlight. A crimson cape flowed behind her, and a golden crown floated a few inches above her long black hair, suspended by invisible energy. Her crimson eyes never blinked. "They said humans possess courage," she said, her voice echoing through the chamber. "I expected something greater." Elias slowly raised his head. "You came all this way just to insult me?" A murmur spread among the nobles. No prisoner had ever spoken to the queen like that. One general slammed the butt of his spear against the floor. "Silence, animal." Elias smiled faintly. "You people really enjoy shouting." Several commanders reached for their weapons. Queen Seraphine lifted one elegant finger. The room instantly became silent again. She stepped down from the throne. Every movement carried effortless authority. She stopped only a meter away from Elias. "You destroyed 3 Imperial battlecruisers. They fired first. You infiltrated our research station. You were experimenting on civilians. You assassinated my admiral. He tried to vaporize an evacuation ship." Again, whispers swept across the chamber. Every accusation had received an answer. No excuses. No fear. Only facts. The queen leaned closer. "You believe your actions were justified." "I know they were." For the first time in years, someone met her eyes without lowering theirs. An uncomfortable feeling spread through the throne room. It wasn't fear. It was uncertainty. One elderly minister whispered quietly, "He isn't acting like prey." The queen heard him. So did everyone else. She straightened. "You stand alone." Elias looked around. "No." The queen frowned. "I stand with every innocent your empire forgot." Several senators shifted uneasily. Those words carried weight, more than anyone wished to admit. The queen turned away. "This conversation has become tiresome." She climbed the steps toward her throne. Her cape swept across the polished floor. Without looking back, she raised her hand. "Execute him." The execution commander saluted immediately. "By your command." Massive energy pylons rose from beneath the platform. Blue lightning danced between them. The machine had ended millions of lives. Its victims never survived longer than 3 seconds. 2 armored guards forced Elias onto his knees. The restraints tightened. Electric arcs surrounded his body. The executioner activated the sequence. Power at 20%. A low hum filled the chamber. The crowd leaned forward. This was history. Humanity's first representative was about to die. Then, something strange happened. Every security scanner in the palace activated simultaneously. Warning lights flashed across the chamber walls. An officer looked toward his console. "Your Majesty." The Queen frowned. "What is it?" "We've detected an unidentified life form." "Species?" The officer hesitated. "We don't know." The chamber doors remained closed. Yet every scanner insisted something had entered the palace. Impossible. Nothing crossed the fortress without authorization. The officer swallowed nervously. It appears to be moving toward the throne room. General Varric laughed. "Probably another human." "No, sir." "What then?" "It doesn't match any known military database." The Queen's expression hardened. "Seal every corridor." "They're already sealed." "Then explain how something is approaching us." No one answered, because no one could. The motion tracker continued updating. Closer, closer, closer. A deep metallic boom echoed somewhere beyond the enormous gates. The guards instinctively raised their rifles. Another boom. Then another. Not explosions. Footsteps. Heavy. Steady. Deliberate. Even the execution machine paused automatically as palace defenses shifted toward the unknown target. The nobles whispered anxiously. "What is that? Some kind of beast?" No creature could enter the citadel. The final footsteps stopped outside the massive throne room doors. Silence returned. 1 heartbeat. 2. 3. Then the ancient doors slowly opened by themselves. No soldier stood there. No invading army. Instead, a single golden retriever calmly walked into the throne room. Its golden fur glowed beneath the palace lights. Its tongue hung happily from one side of its mouth. Its tail wagged with complete confidence. The entire chamber froze. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. The dog looked around as if searching for someone. Then it saw Elias. Its ears lifted instantly. Its tail wagged even faster. The dog barked once. Loud. Joyful. Elias's exhausted face transformed. For the first time since his capture, he smiled. "Buddy." The dog sprinted toward him. Imperial guards reacted immediately. "Stop that creature." Dozens of plasma rifles fired at once. Brilliant blue bolts filled the air. Every spectator expected the animal to disappear in a cloud of ash. Instead, each plasma bolt curved away from the dog. Not one touched it. Gasps echoed through the chamber. Another squad fired. The same result. Every shot bent around the animal as though space itself refused to let it be harmed. The Queen rose slowly from her throne. Her expression had changed. Not to anger, to disbelief. The dog reached Elias and happily licked his face while barking excitedly. Elias laughed despite the restraints. "I missed you too, boy." Then Buddy turned toward the soldiers. The wagging stopped. The friendly eyes became focused. Not violent. Protective. Every scanner in the room screamed simultaneously. Unknown energy signature detected. Power readings climbed higher. Higher. Higher still. The palace AI announced in a frightened mechanical voice. "Warning. Energy output exceeds planetary defense grid." Another warning appeared. Recalculating. Then another. Error. One scientist stared at his display in horror. "Impossible." "What?" shouted General Varric. The scientist's hands trembled. The creature's energy signature. He looked up, unable to believe his own calculations. "Is greater than our entire fleet." The chamber fell completely silent. Buddy simply sat beside Elias, tail gently brushing the polished floor, waiting, as though he had all the time in the universe. And for the very first time in her reign, Queen Seraphine wondered whether ordering one human's execution had been the greatest mistake of her life.